Hey there. Good morning and welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, we are looking at a very interesting morning, and it seems like February is going to end the same way that it began, under the cloud of AI anxiety. I was looking at NVDA chart and I got lost in it when started this live stream a bit late, so apologies for that. Let's go and have a look at our future section. So as I was saying, it seems like February is going to end the way it began, under the cloud of AI anxiety. And also there is this tariff uncertainty, right? The old tariff was ruled illegal and new tariffs seem to be in place, but no one knows how and what's going to be charged. We'll have to watch that space. And then inflation data print that markets are treating as a referendum on the entire rate cut timeline also seems to be at play out here. There's a tremendous amount of consolidation that we can see here if we zoom out. But the head and shoulders still persists, and this has been teasing us for a while. We have been anticipating that it would fall, but it's been teasing us. Maybe today becomes the final day that things take a decisive turn. Only when the market opens, we'll get an idea. Hey, hot dog, good morning. Thanks for joining. And the culprit seems to be NVDA. I mean, despite one of the most impressive earnings print in corporate history, NVIDIA shares fell more than 5% on Thursday. Let us just briefly go to NVIDIA. This is what I was looking at when I got delayed in starting this session. I was looking at how well the setup was for a reverse head and shoulder to go all the way right up to the resistance line that we have, which has been coming to us from 5th of September. It seemed very convincing. I'm just fortunate that I didn't put any money into NVIDIA based on that conviction. We had a resistance out here, and we promptly came back down after earnings, and today we are opening negative, minus 0.41%. So it seems to me that its single worst session since April already is behind us, even after reporting a historic earning and revenue beat. So in sympathy or simpatico, chip peers like Lam Research, Western Digital, Broadcom, Applied Materials, all of those companies also slid, and that took the index down altogether. Now, let's go back and get into our technical analysis and see if we can get any hints on what's going to happen today. I'm going into S&P 500 futures. Each of these candles is a one-day candle, and we can see that we are continuing to drop. When I started studying for today's session, I think S&P 500 was close to 48, minus 0.48% down, but now it is minus 0.65% down. So one of our subscribers, Jesse, had gone short on S&P 500. The first day he got scared that it's going in the wrong direction, but I think if he still held that S&P shorts, I think he's going to be laughing to the bank today because things are looking good for him. And we're just going to mark this as a resistance. One more resistance out here at 6,933.50, which is active for today. And we have a support at 6,859.00. Let us say 6,860, just round it off. That's going to be the support for today. You can see that the market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is also below average. And we have the head and shoulder pattern, which predicts that if we cut the neckline, we'll go down. So there's a lot of bearish things that we have to look at. But as you know, markets can surprise us. They could go up when we think they are going down, and they could go down when we think they are going up, and stay insane for longer than we can imagine. So with that being the case, I think personally, I'm not going to take any risk. I have already got all my shorts positions in place, and I'm just going to hold on and see what happens. I'm not going to be greedy. That's my plan for the day. NASDAQ is down 0.68%. Again, head and shoulder pattern is clearly visible. And maybe I would call this as a shoulder, but I digress. Suffice to say that this is also looking almost like S&P 500. And we had a bullish MACD, which again is tending towards the signal line. I think it's the NVIDIA effect. The anticipation of the results drove it up, and then it came down. So that is probably playing out here. We have a support at 24,456. So once we fall below that support, then we are talking about bearish scenario. Until then, I think we are still decently bullish, because overall we are not seeing any concrete move downwards. We have anticipated a downward movement for quite a while, and to be honest, I am surprised. I've been at this for almost 4 months now, so I'm thinking that I don't know as much as I need to. So I'm going to be humble. Also, if you look at it, if you zoom out further, right, on Nasdaq, and just saying that there's so many bearish signs out here. If you take this line, it's a double top. Okay, I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. It's a double top we are looking at. And then we have a head and shoulder. And then we have bearish market sentiment. We have low momentum. And we are traveling on a bear channel. If we put all of these things together, I'm surprised how we are still standing out there. I don't know. So I'm going to be cautious. It means that I'm not in tune with the market, and the market has its own vibe. I'm not in the same wavelength. So I'll wait and watch. If any of you have any ideas, please put it in the comment section. It will be helpful. Now we are looking at the DXY. Earlier I had predicted that it could go all the way to 95.459. That was based on this bear flag which broke down. And now I'm thinking that we have retraced halfway into this bear flag, and we have come down. So I really don't know what's happening with the dollar index. There is a whole lot of things at play, how the tariffs will work, how the deficits are going to look like, the credibility of the institutions. So there's a whole lot of things. They're all propped up very nicely like a house of cards. When they come down, they could come down crashing. So again, I reserve my comments on this one. But at this point of time, we are looking like we are just consolidating. There is no clear pattern as such. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, and momentum is above average. So it seems like we'll have to write off this target of 95.459. I'm going to leave it here for another week and then take it off. VIX is about 20 again. It had briefly gone down below 20. I remarked that yesterday. It's back up again. It is definitely traveling along this bull channel, which means that as every day goes by, the volatility is going to keep on increasing. That increases the chance of a sharp reversal on the indices. Gold is also going up again. Gold has created a bullish pennant out here. I would say this is I would call this as a pennant. So the probability is to break out. We are coming to a squeeze, so we'll have to see a breakout happening. And if we go above 5,235, I think we are going to try and test the all-time high and take out this red candle. For that, we'll have to go to 5,599.348. I still have gold in my portfolio. It's in only one of the accounts, and once we have a breakout here, I'll probably buy it in another account. So that's the plan for me. Next, let's go on and have a look at AI. We have NVDA, which is down 0.68%. It's just straddling above the support of 183.17. Right now, we're at 183.47 as we speak. And I would be curious to see what happens when the market opens. Are we going to disregard the very bullish reverse head and shoulder pattern? Are we going to disregard the fantastic future that they were talking about? One problem could be that if the market has changed its focus from AI infrastructure investment being a big driver so that companies can have a foothold in the future technology or future industrial revolution, then I think we are probably moving into a situation now. If that was the case, and if that case still persists, then this will be true. But if we get into the narrative which started recently, that, okay, you have invested a lot of money on AI infrastructure. Where is the money? Show me the returns. We are not seeing the returns. Probably you're over-investing. Probably there's overcapacity in data center infrastructure and AI infrastructure investment. And that is going to lead to lower returns. If that is the sentiment and NVIDIA has not been able to change that sentiment after declaring earnings, then their future projection is going to be looking weak from the investor's perspective if they have that point of view, because they might be thinking that purchasers might default on some orders, and maybe even though they have given commitment to NVIDIA to buy a certain number of GPUs, and Blackwell is has got a waiting list, but all of those things can change if companies decide that they have over-invested and they don't want to invest anymore. They could cancel those orders, and maybe this red candle that we see here is a signal that that is what the market is thinking. And today, right now, as we speak, we have fallen below our support level of 183.17. We are at 182.82. So it seems to me that the market is thinking there is over-investment in AI, which means other companies like Google, Amazon, all of them will also face a bit of heat. I suspect that software companies might escape this, because there is another trend, which is like Jensen Huang had said, that it's not going to hurt software companies. So probably that trend would work out. Let us see as we proceed. Let's look at Google. Google is down 0.46%, and we have Meta, which is down 0.95%. So it has fallen below the support of 651.45. Right now it's at 650.80. So 651.45 is the resistance today, and support is going to be at around 636. And we have Microsoft, which is down 1.29%, and its earlier support at 399.10 now becomes a resistance. And I think now we are probably going in the direction of 337.99 for Microsoft. That said, let us look at Amazon. It's down 0.73%. Amazon, I'm very cautious with Amazon, even though I have a target here of 170.37. I think that we could probably be forming a cup and handle pattern, or maybe we are trying to do a gap fill, but there is some bullishness happening out there. When I zoom out and have a look at it, today, this morning, we are down 0.75%. We are at 206.36. So the previous resistance still remains. I think we'll still get resistance at 211.84 and potentially some resistance at 208.08. Now, I had switched off our exponential moving averages, so I'm going to switch it back on again, and we have got the 200-day exponential moving average, this red line that we see out here, which is going to be our resistance for today. And then let's go on to AMD. Let me just briefly go into the setting out here. Okay, so this is the way I had it before, and I'm back into 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm going to lose one more. Okay, so here we are. I have a new exponential moving average, 921.50. That's what I'm going to look at. Now, we have the 50-day exponential moving average, which is this red line that we see out here. That's going to be a resistance, and we are also going to have a resistance here, which happens to be 203.52. This is going to be a resistance for AMD, and AMD right now is at 201.27, which is down 1.18%, and it'll get some support at 197.58. Let's go back into Amazon. For some reason, I want to just go and check the moving averages. So this I had earlier said as 200-day. Actually, this red line is the 50-day exponential moving average, and that's going to be a resistance for Amazon today. And let's go on to Apple. Apple is down 0.20% in pre-market trades, and we will definitely have resistance at 277.25. We could get some support at the 50-day exponential, which is sitting somewhere around 269.00. Having said that, let's go on to Broadcom, and I'll sort this out for later. This is confusing me, so I'm going to remove it out. Broadcom is down 2.27%. It's at 314.81 right now. It will definitely get some support at 306.31. And in terms of resistance, I would say that it could find some resistance at 322.03, the place where it ended the previous day. Let's go on to Tesla. Tesla is down 0.70. The whole market sentiment for Tesla is still bearish. It had been bearish for a while, but that did not bring it down immediately. It's coming down very, very slowly. I still have a target for it at 366.29. And knowing Tesla, it's most likely to bounce off 369.87. Either way, I'm seeing that it should be coming down, and it is down today. It's at 405.75. Resistance will be yesterday's close of 408.60. And support could probably be at 399.80, which is where it has bounced back a couple of days in a row. So that could be some support out there. Then we are looking at ARM Holdings, which is down 1.12%. So we have a resistance at 129.89. Right now we are at 127.81. And we also have earlier support at 128.14, which now becomes resistance. And in terms of support, I would say that it would get some support at 124.55 on its way down. SMCI is down 1.18%. I've been very patient with SMCI. I'm still holding the SMCZ. It's down 1.18% this morning. It's at 31.90. We have this diagonal line of support, which is going to provide a support for it. And that diagonal line of support will also be the neckline for a head and shoulder pattern. So I'm waiting for this. Let us see if it comes to pass. So if we have a candle today which comes down and then tomorrow breaks down below this neckline, then we are in business. I'll talk about that when it happens. Right now, the probability of that happening seems to be less because market sentiment is still bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is still above average. I would like to see some of these falling below average and getting a bit bearish. Then we would have a possibility of breaking the neckline. Otherwise, we'll bounce off the neckline. Palantir is down 0.58% in pre-market trades. Palantir has got a double bottom out here, and I suspect that the neckline is somewhere out here, very close to where we are. Our neckline probably is at 136.08. We are at 135.08. And if we break above this neckline, let me just put the neckline out here. So that happens to be my rough neckline, and it is at 135.88. We are at 135.06 now. If we cross over 135.88, then I think we will easily go all the way up to 144.69, because if you take a distance from the bottom of this double bottom to from the neckline and put it out there, I think we'll come to 144.72. Next we have Tempus AI, which is down 2.60%. Tempus has been giving me a lot of grief. I have it at a loss, but we'll wait and see what happens. For today, the resistance is at 54.58, and we have a target of 41.08. If it comes anywhere close to 41, I think I will dollar cost average. SoFi is down 3.51% in pre-market trades. Support is at 18.21, and resistance is at 19.26. And market sentiment is bearish, but MACD is improving. It's become bullish. Momentum is also way below average. SoFi is indeed looking very weak, but I think that they're a pretty decent company, and they could also take advantage of AI. So I'm thinking that probably I should dollar cost average a little more. I have it at a loss, but I'm going to wait a little more. There is going to be a trend reversal for the whole index. Once that happens, I'll see if it is conducive to buy. Oracle is making a turnaround. It's up 1.64%. Again, as OpenAI becomes more and more viable, it creates more business case, creates more products, and gets more customers. I think the likes of Oracle will see a bounce back with their entanglement with OpenAI. Oracle is a weaker company because it's got a high financial leverage and it is related to OpenAI. But NVDA, on the other hand, is a strong company with a lot of cash, which has got a similar exposure to OpenAI, and also some of their subsidiaries where they have given them commitments to buy vacant data center capacity. So NVIDIA has got that extra with it, but Oracle, it's gone ahead and it's built out everything. And also the blue owl thing did not help. So Oracle is now seemingly coming out of this quagmire. Let us watch a few more candles and see where this goes. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit and put it right here. And I would say that for today, we'll have a resistance at around 155.41. SMH is down 1.36%, has fallen below this diagonal line of support and converted it into a resistance. We'll have to see if it confirms the resistance today by closing below 406.36. Of course, I think after this, I would like to go and have a look at Genomics. Where is Genomics out here? Yeah, here we go. Pfizer is down 0.11%. It's forming some crazy pattern out here. I would like to believe that it's a bull flag and it's breaking out on the upside. But we'll wait and see what happens. It's very slow to move upwards, and we have a previous target of 28.19 that we want to achieve. So we'll watch for more candles. Market sentiment is still bullish, but everything else is deteriorating. Prime is down 0.68% after 3 straight days of gain. It's giving up a little bit of gain. I would think that it could be some profit taking happening. And we have this diagonal line of support, which will give support today at 4.02. Even before that, I think we should have some support at around 4.13. Intelia is down 2.31%. It will get support at 12.32. Caribou Biosciences is down 2.01%. Trend reversal seems to have happened. But yesterday also we started low and went up. So I'd like to watch this candle develop. If we have 4 or 5 candles out here, we can then say that it's a bullish flag or a bullish pennant, or that it has broken down below this line of support and it's becoming bearish. All of those judgments can be made, provided we have more candles. So I'll defer to that. But overall, market sentiment, MACD, everything is looking positive for Caribou Biosciences. Beam Therapeutics is down 1.45%. Again, with Genomics, it is this kind of a phenomenon where suddenly it gives a huge jump and then it takes back all the gains that it gave. It has already done the gap fill. The gap fill is taken care of. Now, is it going to bounce? Maybe it will bounce off a support of 28.36. That is the first support that I can see. If it doesn't bounce back there, then we'll plot the next direction after seeing a few more candles. Next, I go to Autoimmune, which is up 2.91%. Thank goodness it bounced off the support out here. The support at 4.41 still remains. And we should have some resistance at 4.63. Right now, we are at 4.59. Editas is flat in pre-market trade. It has gained a lot. We have to see if this becomes a bullish pennant or a bull flag. And we want to see a few more candles before we make any verdict. Right now, it is just a series of gains based on sentiment. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is above average, and we have our earnings coming up today, later on today. I think it should probably either have come out or it will come out after the business hours. It's very iffy with gene editing companies. So if any of you have seen the earnings, please let me know. If not, we'll wait and see. Maybe this evening it will come out. Illumina is up 0.62%. Again, I was looking for a whole lot of bearishness. I would say that this is still a bear flag, but we have to wait and see what happens. Are we going in for a gap fill? That seems to be the case. If that is the case, then I think there will be resistance at 132.87. CRISPR Therapeutics is down 2.74% in pre-market trades. And yeah, we had the earnings, and the earnings did not impress as much. But still, there are some rumors going on that Vertex might take over CRISPR Therapeutics. Maybe the rumors are driving the price increase, but today, this morning, there has been a drop of 2.80%. So when I don't know what's happening in a particular script, I try not to get into it. I'm not going to allow the speculative instinct of me to get the better of me. I'll just let it be. I don't understand the CRISPR price action. Allogene is up 2.20%. We have a target of 3.02. I believe we are marching towards that. Everything, all systems are go. The only caution I would say is that the RSI seems to be heating up, and I want to draw a line on the RSI. Which is the peak RSI. So this is a peak RSI, and the peak RSI happens to be at 83.81. And right now we are at 75.84. So that is still a little bit of leeway for Allogene. So I think that we can reasonably expect to hit the target of 2.99. Next, let's look at Grail. Grail is down 5.90%, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It attempted to do a gap fill, filled up a little bit of the gap. It has come back now. And the earlier resistance of 5.51 has been turned into a support. And if you see these green candles, what it means is that it opens lower and closes higher. So are we going to see more of a gap fill happening today? I don't know. The reason I don't know is because market sentiment is extremely bearish. MACD is very bearish. Momentum is also way below average. But yet we have seen 3 continuous days of green candles, handsome gains. And it's all because we had a huge drop, and many people are thinking, let's do some bottom fishing. So the next step possibly should be a bit of consolidation and then a move upwards. It cannot be just a regaining of all the drop until and unless we have some good news coming in. Having said that, let's look at PACB. PACB is down 3.93%, and it's just on top or just below 1.71. It's at 1.71 in pre-market trades, and this line of support is also at 1.71. So I'll leave it at that. I have drawn a double top pattern, which should take us to 1.09, and it has not happened as yet, but this consolidation out here is supposed to break down on the downside, but because we came down and this became the new bear flag, and we are already above 50% of it, I don't know what's going to happen right now. So I'll not think much about PACB right now until we have more candles. ARCG is down 2.49%. Resistance is strong at 30.82. Vertex is down 0.46%. It's going to get at least some support at 475.13, and it could get some resistance at around 486.45. And this is the range in which I think it's likely to move today. Ginkgo Bioworks is down 19.36%. We have some news out here for Ginkgo Bioworks. Let me open this up. Ginkgo Bioworks share fall following fourth quarter revenue decline, biosecurity divestiture agreement. Shares of Ginkgo Bioworks fell after company reported lower fourth quarter revenue and said it would sell its biosecurity business in exchange for a minority equity position in the business. The stock dropped 17% to 8.08 in off-hours trading after closing Thursday, up 17% so far. There is rising interest in defense tech in private capital markets, and spinning off our biosecurity business into a private entity with new investors allows it to grow faster with more investment than it would inside Ginkgo Bioworks. Okay, so that's the news because of which it has fallen. I would expect it to bounce back a little bit because, first of all, it improves the cash position of Ginkgo Bioworks. Again, we have to look at the composition of the private company. I think I would like to wait and see how the market reacts further. If we have dropped so much, we are already looking at a head and shoulder pattern. That would indicate a very big drop. The neckline for that head and shoulder should be somewhere around 8.12. So if that was the neckline, let us put the neckline out here. So this is the shoulder, this is the head, and this is the other shoulder, and we are already below the neckline. So if we are below the neckline, then we are looking at we are looking at somewhere around 5.95 for Ginkgo Biowork. How would I do that? I would go short on it. I don't think there are short ETFs for Ginkgo Bioworks, so you'll have to use puts for that. Okay, with that said, let's go to Lilly. Lilly is down 0.15% in pre-market trade, again out of this wedge. So I'm thinking this wedge does not make any sense anymore. The slope of the wedge has to be changed, and the wedge will now have to incorporate the bottom that we see here, and it has got to touch the other. So this seems to be the new wedge. We are still within the wedge, and we're going to get some support at around 1011.55. Right now we are at 1020.50. Market sentiment bearish, MACD bearish, and momentum below average. Not looking great, but it's a bullish pennant, and it has a higher probability of breaking out on the upside. But the fact that it has touched the support line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, if it goes the 6th time, the probability of breaking down, just assuming this to be an ordinary support line, is much higher than if we look at it as a bullish pennant. Okay, that said, let's quickly look at Precision and see what it's doing. It's up 0.52%. The support at 3.64 worked. We bounced off sharply. Now we have to see whether we are forming a trend reversal. But market sentiment, MACD, momentum, everything is looking pretty bleak. Ultragenics has got no trades in pre-market, and it has formed this cup and handle kind of a situation. But I'd like to see a few more candles before we make any decisions out there. Just out of curiosity, looking at Rocket, it's up 4.11%. It has got a good earnings report, 22% outperformance in EPS, and a surprise of 21% in revenue. So hopefully this is going to be the change that we are looking forward to. And for today, I think we might get resistance at 19.09. Right now we are at 18.50. This is a welcome change. United Health, again, was forming something funky. I was thinking that it could do reverse head and shoulder pattern. So we have that pattern here. So shoulder, head, shoulder. Now the neckline for this is going to be out here. This, I think, is my neckline. And with this neckline, I think that we breached it momentarily and came down. Today we are down 0.68%. Let us see if we are able to breach this neckline. If we do, then I think we can start looking at the gap fill, and United Health will improve then. Tempus AI is, team is down 4.56% after a trend reversal. There is a little bit of a gap down here. Maybe it has come down to do the gap fill, and then it will move back up again. That's one possibility. But when I look at the market sentiment, which is absolutely bearish, MACD, which has just become bullish, and momentum, which is below the 30% range, I'm thinking that it's a mixed message that we are getting out here. Could this be bear flag and we are looking at a breakdown happening? I'm not so sure. I'd like to wait for a few more candles before making that call. Then let's go to currencies. Bitcoin. I think that this is a bearish pennant, and the probability of breaking down is much higher than probability of breaking out on the upside. And besides, if you look at the upper resistance, we have tested it many times, but the support on the bottom has not yet been tested so far. So if we look at these two lines individually as resistance and support and not as a pennant, then we can say that the support on the upside is, so the resistance on the upside is getting weaker every time we hit it. The support on the bottom is still very strong. So I'm a little bit divided on what is happening, but I would like to take the view that this is a bullish pennant, and that the probability of breaking down is higher than the proper probability of breaking up on the upside. So with that said, I think I would like to go and have a look at MSTZ, which is what I have in my portfolio. MSTZ, I have it in the 14.10 range. It's up 6.57%. It's at 13.14. I was looking at this and I was saying that this is a bear flag and it has to break out on the downside. So let us see whether Bitcoin chart prevails or MSTZ chart prevails. So with that said, my friends, I would like to bring this session to an end. I'll catch up with you again in the next one. Hot Dog, thanks for joining. Team is an Australian company. Great. Any insight on what's happening with this company? If you could just let me know, it could help me to get an idea whether we are getting a trend reversal or not. And also, if you have any thoughts on team, please let me know. Hot Dog. And thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.